Alright guys, it looks like we have another casualty to the axe of Zaslav. Once again, David Zaslav, of course, he's taken over Warner Brothers Discovery, and now he's canceling like everything. I mean, Batgirl. We saw what happened to Batgirl. Now the same thing has happened once again to the Strange Adventures HBO Max series, which, to be honest, I didn't know this was still a thing. We hadn't heard literally anything about it since it was announced, so kind of didn't think it was happening anyway, but apparently it still was. Kevin Smith recently revealed on one of his podcasts, which I didn't even know Kevin Smith was involved in the project. I mean, if I knew he was involved, I would have been a little more excited. I think Kevin Smith is great, but now it's canceled, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, so he was talking about this, how, yeah, Stranger Adventures, they were working on it, and he just found out this week, like, yeah, it's not happening, it's canceled. And this is interesting because, again, we've heard nothing about this show since it was announced. Literally, it was announced when HBO Max was announced. HBO Max has been around for, what, like 2-ish years now, I think? Like, it's been a while. So, yeah, they haven't gotten it out there, but then again, they haven't gotten out the Green Lantern HBO Max series either. So who knows what's happening with that? But it literally, these two shows were both announced at the same time. And if Strange Adventures has been canceled and we hadn't heard anything about it recently, who knows what happened to DC Superhero High? Any of you remember that? Yeah, I remember that. This show was announced too. Elizabeth Banks directing DC Superhero High. Doubt that's happening. But anyway, let's talk about Strange Adventures. So Strange Adventures, again, was going to be an anthology series. It was going to have, I believe it was going to feature the character of Adam Strange. That was pretty cool. But it was going to be a Black Mirror type story. It was going to be an anthology series, basically focusing on different DC characters, heroes, villains, all that stuff, even just random people that are part of this world of the DC universe and experience like superheroes living in their life. I think that actually would have been a really cool concept for a show. I would have watched it, of course. Like I said, it wasn't like super hype for or anything, but I think it was a cool concept. And now Kevin Smith has actually revealed that specifically in one episode he did plan to include Bizarro. And now I'm actually really wish we got this series because I love Bizarro. He's one of my favorite Superman villains, really just one of my favorite DC characters. Bizarro is so cool. I mean, he's like a zombie version of Superman, but his suit is purple, and I love purple. So I love Bizarro. Bizarro is awesome. I love the character. And I would have loved to have seen like a whole episode dedicated to Bizarro, possibly Bizarro World and that whole storyline. I think that would have been really, really cool. But then the things get even cooler when we find out that apparently, so Kevin Smith tells us that he was going to have Nicolas Cage play Bizarro in this episode. And like they were just in talks and stuff. They never finalized a deal or anything. But Nicolas Cage was going to play Bizarro, which of course would have been really meta and funny because remember he almost played Superman in what was it? A Tim Burton Superman movie, I think it was, or something like that. So yeah, we almost got Nicolas Cage as Superman. That almost happened and never did. I mean, technically he did play Superman in Teen Titans Go to the Movies, so I mean that counts. But I mean this would have been pretty cool. Like there's actual artwork out there of Nicolas Cage as Superman, but Bizarro Superman. This is hilarious, and I think it would have been a really funny episode. Again, super meta because of the whole reference of him almost playing Superman. I think this would have been really cool. I mean, the whole idea of the casting of Nicolas Cage as Bizarro, I don't really think it's like that perfect. Like I never would have picked him for the role. I definitely don't want to see him as Bizarro in like the DCU or anything, but just for like for reference sakes, I think it would have been really cool and really funny to have that in this episode of Strange Adventures. But it's not happening because Strange Adventures has apparently been canceled. So it does kind of suck. It did sound like it was pretty cool, but again, we hadn't heard anything about it in years. But the idea that we almost saw Nicolas Cage, again, almost saw him as Superman, this time Bizarro Superman. Man, this guy's just not having good luck with Superman. It's only worked out with Teen Titans Go, which that's not something to brag about. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news that, first of all, Strange Adventures has been canceled, and then we almost got an episode focusing on Bizarro, played by Nicolas Cage. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.